Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today on Crafternoons with Hailey. Today's craft, we're going to be making an envelope. So these are just a few of the materials that you'll need for this craft. A butter knife to score the card, a pair of scissors to trim out the template, glue stick to hold your envelope together, and then cardboard from a cereal box or any type of kind of thin cardboard that you have lying around, and then an envelope that you like. So I'm going to be using this one today. So the first thing we're going to want to do to make our envelope is to make our template. So you have your envelope that you're going to be using. So what you're going to want to do is kind of deconstruct it. And try to be as gentle as possible. It's okay if you get little rips like this. You just want to make sure that the edges stay nice and clean. Okay. Go. Open it up. Okay. Then you'll want to position your envelope on your piece of cardboard so that it fills up the space, because you're going to actually trace your envelope onto the cardboard. And then we're going to use the cardboard as our template. Okay. So now I'm going to trace my envelope into the cardboard. Just want to make sure you get nice clean lines, because you're going to want to cut them out later. It's okay if you have folds from the cardboard in the design as well. We're just going to ignore those for the sake of the template. Alright, so lift that up. And now I have my template. I'll take a look. And the next phase that we're going to do is that we're going to cut out our template using scissors. So you're going to want to have an older sibling, older friend, or adult help you out with this next part. Okay. And you're also going to want to hold on to that envelope. Don't get rid of it just yet. Nice clean edge. The reason that we use cardboard for this instead of regular paper, which you can do, but the paper usually tends to not last very long with as many envelopes that you make, so you're going to want a little sturdier material like the cardboard. But it is possible to use a heavier weight paper as well. Almost done with my template. And we do also have a PDF template that you can download as well to use if you don't have any envelopes that you can readily grab. Alright, So then the next step after this is going to be to grab a piece of paper. And we're going to use the template to cut out the envelope. Okay, so now our template is all finished and we're ready for the next step. Okay, so now we're going to take our piece of paper, we're going to lay our template right on the top, and then we're going to trace the template onto the paper. So go back here. Okay, just like that. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to take back this envelope that you had before. You're going to want to kind of figure out where these folds are going to be because we're going to need to score the paper. So let's see. So we know that from this line to this line is going to be one score. So this is where the butter knife comes in handy. What you're going to want to do is take the blunt end of the knife, not the serrated end, but the blunt end, and you're going to want to draw a line across to score the paper. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ruler. I'm going to line it up with those two edges because I know that's where I'm going to score. And then you're going to take the blunt end of your butter knife and just press very lightly into the paper. You don't want to rip it. Just nice thin line, you can kind of see right there. And we know that that's our first line. And there's another one going this direction, one going this direction, and one going this direction. So I'm just going to quickly score those as well. And I'm going to score before I cut out my envelope because it'll be a little trickier after it. And for the scoring, you're going to want to have someone a little older help you out with that. There we go. So now we've got a line going here, one going here, here, and here. So once the envelope's all folded up, this would be like where the addresses go. Okay, so the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut the template out. And still hold on to that original envelope because we're going to need it for one more step. We're going to need it to match up where the flaps are taped or glued. Just this last little corner. Okay, there we go. So now we are going to go back to our original. Kind of take a look at this. So if you look, these two flaps were folded in first, and the bottom was folded over the top. And this is the lapel, so the top of the envelope. So for this, what we're going to want to do is glue on our side, or on our template, down right here and right here, and then stick it here. I'll show you what that looks like. So if we're taking a look at this, this rounded edge down here is going to be the bottom. So we're going to take this side, we're going to fold this in. You can see it's a little easier to fold when you score it. I'm going to take this side as well, fold that. Now the other trick that you're going to want to remember is not to glue this first right here, because if you stick this down, it'll get stuck and you won't be able to put anything in your envelope. So we're actually going to put glue on these two flaps right here and then stick this on the top. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue because we don't want to do too much, just enough so it'll stick and be sturdy. Okay. And then just fold this up, slide that down, there we go. Now I'm going to fold the lapel just so we can see what it looks like. And now we've got our envelope. So the other fun part of this project is that not only can you make your own envelopes to store stuff and send letters, but you can also decorate them. So let's say you wanted a envelope with a bunch of stars on it. You can either decorate it now, afterwards, or you can decorate the paper beforehand. So you can take a look from our original right here to the one we just made. And you can use this template too multiple times. That's kind of the point of making it out of the cardboard as well. So for an added challenge, I'm going to decorate my envelope before I fold it, but I'm going to use the same template that I used for this first one. Well, that's all for us today. Thanks for joining.